marketing mistakes to avoid, part 2.
That is what all these platforms are pushing.
Word on the street is, welcome back, donut heads.
Donut.
I was just looking at that. I thought it was the first thing that came to my mind. Welcome back to Horizon. If you haven't watched our previous episode, which is part 1 of marketing mistakes to avoid, I strongly advise you go back and listen to that. Otherwise, this one might not make a whole lot of sense. It will, but...
No, and the jingle game as well.
Oh, and the jingle game. Definitely go back.
Part 1, jingle.
It's compulsory. Go back.
Yeah.
Listen to the previous episode.
And
anyway,
the previous 4.
And the previous 4, if you've got time.
So
I've just dropped my ball.
Callum, can you get it for us?
Producer Callum.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I won't put it behind my back anymore.
Why'd you keep doing it?
Because I put it behind me so I can keep it safe.
Why can't you learn that is not a thing?
I don't know. Anyway, back. I can't remember what I was saying now.
I have to take you dog training.
Going dog training next Saturday because Lenny's going back to school. Bit of an obedience.
Naughty dog.
What did you just call me?
Woof.
Woof. Anyway, back to it. Can't remember what I was saying, but go back and listen to part 1. Let's get into it. So, marketing mistakes to avoid, part 2. Where do we start?
Video, I reckon.
Video. Where we are right now. Why are you doing a podcast? Why are you filming it? Because video is not one to be missed now. No. Is it really?
And it's quite accessible now, I think.
Oh, 100%. iPhones and anything.
Yeah.
Such good quality.
Yeah, you can pretty much, green screen. You can produce really engaging content, voiceovers. There's some good little cameras out there for reasonable kind of money and stuff like that. So
100%.
I think video is definitely getting, that is what all these platforms are. If we go back to social media, is what all, people are pushing. Like this episode is going to be like 20 minutes. Like people might watch the whole episode, but we can then break that down into little snippets. So we're not just talking about the video or something like that.
Yeah.
It's really engaging. Like people might learn something from that particular clip, like how to do something or whatever. I think that sort of stuff really is obviously really popular.
Do you think TikTok is to blame for all of this?
Yeah, I guess it probably was.
I feel,
of short form.
Yeah, of short form. And I think short form has been the change in, what's it called? The change in...
Trend.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? This has been the push for
if you look at it, and obviously that platform blew up. And then if you look at the other ones, Reels then became...
Yeah, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, but then on Instagram was just photos. There was a bit of video, but it was they had IGTV and that sort of stuff.
Blast from the past.
But then they changed their algorithm so that video was the thing because they didn't want to lose market share to TikTok.
100%.
Because they knew they were obviously losing people on the platform.
They're not silly.
So
word on the street is TikTok's going to start pushing photos again, images.
Well, every message I get on there is post your photos because they get 2 times more.
Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting, TikTok, isn't it? Because what it's obviously trying to do is trying to get all that in from Instagram in terms of now they're trying to pull the photos in there.
Yeah.
And then the search is becoming more like Google. So are they trying to amalgamate into
everything.
One mental platform that does everything?
And they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
They've got the know-how. They're in the future.
They've got Shopify in there, basically, as well, with TikTok Shop.
It's clever, but if you would have said this a couple of years ago,
no,
it would have blown our mind.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. It wouldn't work.
And as well, I think because they started off with the younger audience, they've kind of made them the only platform they use. Whereas to us, it seems there's a bit of friction there because we're still using other channels, but for sort of Gen Z, it's seamless. They can go on there, they can find where to eat, they can then go and buy some trainers or
gifts for their mums. It's got you don't need another platform.
No. So video content will continue to be, and as that platform develops, I don't think people know how to use it properly yet. In terms of, I don't think brands are yet 100% into it, but looking at the way that they're tuning it up in terms of TikTok Shop and stuff like that, then they want brands on there now.
Oh yeah,
they got their users, and now they're monetizing it through the brands, which happens with every single one of those sorts of platforms, doesn't it?
100%. And it's not going anywhere.
No.
So a mistake to be made is not hopping on video.
Yeah, you've got to
not
don't
hopping on
ignore
TikTok.
it. Don't
but
ignore it.
if it's suitable for your brand. But I see all sorts on there now, all sorts of brands.
And as well, like it's more. You always have to have sometimes some brands not as much. Like maybe like travel brands and things like that. Maybe they don't have to have a different strategy to other channels, but some you need a unique strategy for that particular channel. It's a bit different to what you're doing, on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and that's okay.
And again, that's time consuming to do in-house.
Yeah, very difficult.
So
very difficult
to do it right. You need us, pretty much. Stop selling.
Yeah.
Stop selling you.
You just put a post on Instagram saying, "My are social media services." I hate people that do that.
Oh really? Hate them.
Yeah, because they always do it for like, "Oh, we'll do your whole social media for £99 a month."
£99.
I've seen it.
Great British pounds.
Yeah. Wouldn't get me out of bed for that.
No, me neither.
But yeah, so
Crazy.
it just devalues it. That's the problem. It devalues.
It does devalue. It devalues what the rest of us do as well, really, doesn't
exactly,
it?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think going back to like the platforms and that kind of thing, I think a mistake to be made, would you say, is not working with influencers?
Well, I think it sort of flows in, doesn't it, from the video thing?
Yeah.
But influencers.
I think that's the wrong word. Creators. User-generated content is king.
And queen.
And queen, yeah.
And any other denomination.
Absolutely. It's everywhere. It's the next best thing.
I think if you can get people using your... The difficult thing is thinking of the ideas. If you can create a brief and get that out and you're just giving product away and it costs you, a few pounds or whatever to do that, is a really cheap way of, one, gaining reach, brand awareness. You work with them properly and you give them, affiliates, codes and things like that.
It's a win-win situation.
You monetize them. They start seeing some sales. They want to do more. All of a sudden it gains traction. It's paying for itself. It's more than paying for itself. Your brand's growing online.
Yeah. We've seen so many times where that's just been a success.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. And it costs you nothing, really.
No, it's a little bit setup cost, but it's costing you some product. Like, you smash probably more, that sauce. They probably smash more bottles than than they would need to give out kind of thing.
Literally.
So, get it in the hands of the right people that, love creating content on their platform, in their case, like recipes and stuff like that.
Who are trustworthy.
Yeah.
Like now, at the moment, if I see an influencer and I see that hashtag ad, I believe it.
Horrible. Yeah, and I think as well, so for me, everyone wants the ones with I want someone with 1 million followers.
No. Because if you actually see their engagement rate in comparison to how many followers they have, awful.
Yeah. You want people with probably less than 10, 15,000, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And even smaller than that sometimes. If someone's got 5,000 followers, and this might be a bit of a sweeping thing, but they're going to know a high percentage of those people as well.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to know 20% of those people are going to be either friends, family, people they went to uni with, people they went to school with, all that sort of stuff. So they're going to believe what they're saying a little bit more
100%.
as well, and they're going to engage with that content a little bit more, and then it almost becomes like a micro community and word of mouth at that point.
Yeah, you saying that. Courtney done me a whole skincare routine. All of the products on there I will buy because I trust what she says. She's tried, tested, uses them and knows. And it's the same as that. If Courtney's then promoting...
So if she had a TikTok channel, you mean?
Well, yeah. No, but that's just word of mouth between us. But if then Courtney started doing a TikTok channel and then putting it on there, the products that she likes, I'd be more inclined to buy them.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So it's just that example on a slightly bigger scale. Do you know what
and that's
I mean?
the thing. It's like this sort of herd mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? You're creating these sort of these micro communities.
For sure.
And, expanding that way rather than someone that just goes, yeah, this sauce is really nice. Ad.
It's not enough anymore.
No, it's rubbish.
It's really
it
not enough.
worked. It used to work, but it doesn't really work like that anymore.
No, we're too
So
smart to it.
influencers is not really a term that we use particularly that much anymore.
Not really. I prefer creators.
I think that's just the market we're in. I think influencers probably do have their place in
Somewhere.
certain marketplaces.
Fire Festival, for example.
Fine, exactly. That's why people don't trust
Yeah.
influencers anymore. So yeah, I think it's that sort of thing, isn't it? That's that's what you're trying to create, is these small communities, this sort of herd mentality that slowly starts to grow your brand. Because if they buy into it, someone's got a follower who buys the product. They then go and tell all their friends, who then go, and it just spreads out, like, and all of a sudden, it's massive.
Crazy. It's done the job.
Yeah,
Absolutely
easy.
done the job.
Did you see that travel? Was it Tourism Australia? Did you see that article about what they did with the
Using the influencers
Yeah.
to encourage people to go to Australia.
Yeah, I mean,
Clever.
it is clever, but like, it's Australia, so would people have gone there eventually
Before,
anyway?
Yeah. Is that what got you going to Australia?
I am. But yeah, it
Was
wasn't
it
because
because
I've
of
seen
this?
this. No, it wasn't because I've seen this. And they just used, it was 3, wasn't it? They used 3 influencers. Cost them about 50 grand or something like that. 50 grand, and they got to go to Australia. Like, what?
I'll do it tomorrow for free.
Yeah.
But you hear that?
But
you hear that, guys? For free.
But then they got, the stats were really good, weren't they? Like, they got like 30 million views. Just having a quick look for it now. And they reckon it made them, what it would have cost to do it in a more traditional way, it would have cost them like $100 million or something like that. And it cost them like 50 grand to get a similar sort of reach through like more traditional methods. So,
That's expensive. It was her.
Who?
Maddie Grace Jepson that does the funny videos on TikTok. I saw her go to Australia. I didn't realise it was.
So you're one of the viewers then?
Yeah. Blimey. You would have thought that was just authentic.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had to post ad.
Don't know.
I wonder how that works.
I'll have to have a look.
I have to have a look.
But yeah, so it definitely does work. It definitely has its place.
Yeah.
They've obviously looked at her followers, for example, and gone, yeah, that's the profile of people that we're trying to target. That
Incredible piece of marketing. That.
Yeah, really clever. Really, not difficult really to do.
Not
particularly.
Really. But I guess it's just having the budget for that scale.
Yeah, but if they're spending 100 million on marketing a year, and they get that for 50 grand.
Yeah. I guess the
Easy.
tourism board in Australia is not really strapped for cash, I'm sure. But yeah, for sure. No, good.
Cool.
Good
so
little thing going on there.
Shall we round up episode 1 and 2 of this?
Yeah. In a nutshell.
Marketing mistakes to avoid. Don't ignore social.
No. Make sure you're on the right platform.
Yeah. Don't write dodgy things back to reviews. Have a plan for bad reviews, I guess.
Yeah. Have a process in place.
Yeah. Make sure everything's like fully optimized for mobile, because if you're using platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., the majority of your web traffic, even if you're not really, like the majority of your web traffic, people have got their phones in their hand. They're not generally, when they're at home, they're not going out, they're not getting their laptop out and searching.
It doesn't happen anymore.
They're just going straight from their phone. So you've got to have, I still think that was something I was talking to people about, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And it's still, people haven't always cottoned onto it. So I think that's something, and it's an ongoing thing as well, like keep making it better, keep improving it.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing.
Don't ignore video.
No, definitely not.
If you need help with that, we can help you out. Callum can help you out. Bit of video content.
I don't know about Callum, but and then make sure you collaborate with creators, because that they're a simple way of getting great reach and great authenticity and that kind of thing.
That's the word I couldn't say last time.
Authenticity.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and say it.
Don't ruin it
I
now.
won't
We've got
try.
this far.
We got this far.
Don't ruin this
It just come
episode.
back to me though. But yeah, in a nutshell, really, things to avoid.
Yeah, 100%. Or
Free
things not
content.
to avoid.
Things not to avoid?
No, things...
I think it was a bit of both in there, to be honest. So
Yeah, like,
make of that what you will.
do the opposite to what we've said. And you'll
And you're
have a good strategy, I think.
you're sore. Anyway, enough of us rambling now, I guess.
Should we have one more go at jingle?
Shall we?
I think so.
Only because you won last time.
Yeah, and I think by like episode 10 we'll have like a scoreboard of like who's winning.
Yeah, and I better be winning, otherwise I'm not doing this anymore.
Okay,
Find another co-host. I'll throw my toys out the pram. Right, ready? My stomach's gonna rumble. Tesco.
Yes.
I thought that was an advert.
Of course.
I did say ready.
That's what a loser would say.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
are we ready?
Yep. So 1-0.
1-0. Coca-Cola. Christmas advert. That's a win for me.
It's not yet.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. But I can still get one back.
Can you?
Otherwise you're going to be ahead overall, aren't you?
Oh, are we not doing one person?
No, I think just like combined. Like,
Oh, combine. Okay.
like it's just going to be like...
Okay, fair enough.
So it's 3-2 to me really at the moment. No, 3-2 to you. Because I won 2 in the first one, you won 2 and 1. Yeah. Okay. I need to get this. Coronation Street.
You're such a little oldie.
Get in. 3-0.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, I bet. Right.
I was squeaking that no matter what.
Yeah, I know. You're not allowed to hesitate. I'm not having hesitations.
Well, I didn't.
And that's why. Do I get the EastEnders one? Yeah,
No.
I think
No.
I get the EastEnders one.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, she was right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I squeaked.
First.
Yeah, but you hesitated.
Yeah, because you shouted.
We're going to have some rules in this, okay?
Yeah.
Right? We'll get the rules ready for the next time. I'm not having cheating. Simply not happening. Right. On that note,
We're done.
I guess that's done. We'll go sort out the rules for next time. Go over listen to our previous podcast episodes. Horizon by Hummingbird. See you next time.
Bye.